Okay, ladies and gentlemen. So today I thought we'll spend some time, talking about some alts and just seeing what the alt strategy might be. Now, if you are looking to trade alts in this season, now is probably the time. So it's worth taking a look at some alts and seeing which ones technically look good, which ones look viable. But what you have to realize first is that alts and the success trading altcoins depends highly on what Bitcoin is doing. So when Bitcoin is trending up, alts are normally chilling. When Bitcoin starts to range, alts start to move. When Bitcoin heads down, everything heads down. All right. So you have to be really clinical as far as getting in and out of these altcoins. So I've just picked a few. Um, some of which I've got some money in, some of which I got some money in last cycle. Um, and some of which, they're just popular ones which I think could potentially still run. Like now, the information I'm giving you here, it's not financial advice. You could lose all your money, so just be aware going into these potential projects. All right, so first things first, let's look at Crow. Now, for me, Crow was a big winner last cycle. Crow was one of the coins that I made the most on. I think I entered Crow. It was the January of the year the market went parabolic. And the reason I entered Crow was because of someone called Sheldon Evans. Now, you guys probably know his YouTube channel. If you don't, check it out. I'm not sure if he still creates videos, but he was quite insightful. And I got into Crow really early. Let's see if we can find exactly when I entered Crow. Yeah, I think it was. Was it here? Yeah, around here. It was around here somewhere. It was around here somewhere. All right. Um, so Crow was very good. As you can see, I saw this rise. I saw this drop. I held, and look at what Crow did. I think I took out my profits around. I think it was here. Yeah, it was about there. About there, November. All right. So Crow was monumental as far as the market move. Now, is Crow still a viable option? Crow has had this period where it's obviously had this massive move up, it's retraced, it's carried on retracing, and we're starting to see some element of hope. We're starting to see Crow do something it did last time. Look at this. Almost identical. Had the spike, retraced, now it's coming up. Had the spike, retraced, now it's coming up. Okay. But now this video is completely irrelevant, and this video is completely, it's a waste of time if we are not making some assumptions before we place these trades. Now, we are making at least three assumptions, some of which will prove to be correct, some of which will prove to be false. And depending on what side you are standing on, that depends if you are successful or not. Assumption number one, we are assuming that history is going to repeat itself. We're assuming that what happened in 2016 will happen, and what happened in 2020, 2021 will also happen in maybe 2025, 2026. That is assumption number one. Assumption number two, we are assuming that you have a similar chain reaction as far as Bitcoin and the altcoins go. Now, what do I mean by that? As far as chain reaction, I mean if we have a Bitcoin rally, we're assuming that is followed by an altcoin rally. Okay? Based on the idea that people make money from the huge cryptos, the Bitcoins, the Ethereums, they love in life, they take their profit out and they chuck it into the lower cap coins, which have that monumental parabolic move simply because of the volume traded or the incision into the market. All right. So that's assumption number one. This is assumption number two. Now, assumption number three is that excuse me, these projects are still active. Okay. As you know, from the 2016 cycle, you had several projects that were at a peak of that cycle that died off in 2021. From the 2021 cycle, you're going to have projects that were at the peak of that cycle that are going to die off in this cycle. So for me, these are the three assumptions that we are making this analysis based on. Okay. Now there's a fourth bonus assumption, which is that this links to assumption number one. All right. But it's an added layer because our observation from the bull market in 2016, was it 2016? I believe it was 2016. The bull market in 2016 compared to the bull market in 2021 was that, the all-time highs were retested. All right, the all-time highs were retested. I don't know how far back this goes. Okay, so we can't quite see that here. But we'll do a little diagram. Let's say this was kind of the trajectory of every crypto and every asset, especially Bitcoin. You had the all-time high. You had the bear market. It played around. Okay. It did this, had this quiet period, this phase, which we're currently in. And then you had that parabolic rally that was quick and sharp, back up to the all-time high. Our assumption that this level will be retested, revisited. Now, that's not to say price is going to stop here. As we know from our technical ideas, range models, deviations, price doesn't necessarily have to stop here. Price can carry on moving up, breaking that range, and maybe going up and maybe another 50, 60%. Who knows? All right. So this is our range. Okay. Price can easily break out of that range. But our assumption number one is that history is going to repeat itself. So all we are going to target, we're not going to be greedy here. We're not going to be the guys that see the price get past the all-time highs and say, do you know what? I've made 500,000 and I'm going to aim for 1 million and make sure, I make life-changing money. We're not going to be those guys because those guys, they end up getting burned. We're going to be the guys that say, you know what? We didn't quite make a million. But, we made 400K. We made 500K. We made 600K. And we're happy with that. Okay? I buy us a nice little flat. We're happy with that. All right? So we're going to be the guys that just look to get out here. Or at least take a significant proportion of our trades here. And this is spot trading, by the way. This is not, day trading. This is like position trading, very, very long-term positions. So those are the assumptions we are making and basing this analysis on. Now, one of the assets I've also put some money into is crypto.com. Now, they've made massive moves, massive waves towards the tail end of last cycle. They've cracked kind of the social element of crypto marketing. You've got the Los Angeles Stadium named after crypto.com. You've got UFC, it's got a partnership with crypto.com. And they also an exchange similar to what BNB did and Binance did. Now, you have to think of it this way. What are consumers looking to do? Don't forget, first bull cycle, no one knew about Bitcoin or crypto. Second bull cycle, people knew, but not as much. Third bull cycle, more people knew, all right, but it kind of clocked on. It became really mainstream quite late. So they obviously got burnt. Now, a lot of people know about crypto, but these banks and these, agents, as I like to call them, they're going to make it hard for people to get into crypto. They're going to, just the way they have covered the idea of surveillance, or covered the idea of control under surveillance. You know, they're going to cover the idea of, making sure you are leaving your money in their banks based on a notion of risk. They're going to say these assets are too volatile, too risky. You should not be getting in. And I'm pretty sure most banks today, at least in the UK, will not allow you to deposit money into an exchange without some sort of verification. Now, understand this is your money, your hard earned money. All right. Yes, I know there are lots of scammers and people scam, and steal millions off of, people all the time. Yeah, we get that. All right. But you have to think as a consumer, how can you get into crypto? How can you, get your altcoins? How can you get your Bitcoin? Yeah, you've got Binance, you've got those other guys. But what these guys are doing is that they are positioning themselves at the forefront of sports and entertainment, which is probably most people's number one vice. You think you go to work, you come back on a Saturday, what do you watch? You watch football. You go on YouTube, you type it in, you watch the UFC highlights, watch the NBA. So a lot of people that are looking to get into the space will be thinking, how can I access this? Now, Crow will be a very key entrance point for these guys. All right, so this is why I think Crow is gonna retest this all-time high. I don't know when, I don't care when, but I'm willing to put some money on it. All right. So we're looking for Crow. We're not looking for Crow to do a madness. We just want Crow to come back up, consolidate a bit, maybe come down, come up, consolidate a bit, maybe come down, and just get back to this level here. Retesting those all-time highs. Like I said, it could potentially fly off, but that's all we're waiting for. That's it. All right. So that's number one, Crow. Now, as far as the analysis goes, the actual technicals, let's see. Let's quickly take a look at Crow. Now, obviously, Crow has been on this downtrend. As far as the weekly structure goes on Crow, we may have broken weekly market structure. I think we have. So our market structure on Crow looks like this, and this will be similar for most coins, most altcoins at this stage, barring like coins like Solana and all those guys. So we have low, 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 high, low, 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 high. I believe that's a low, 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 high, low, low. We're gonna make this nice and thick so that we can see exactly what's going on. This is a downward structure. So this becomes the critical point to close above. And that's exactly what we've done. We have closed above this level, creating our first higher high. We have retraced, creating a higher low, and we have broken, or we look to be trying to break structure again. So what does this mean? This means we have transition market structure, at least on a weekly, from bearish to bullish. So as Crow starts this journey, all right, all the way to the top, there is no reason why you can't look to enter here. There's no reason why you can't look to enter here, or enter here. All right, until you see a flip in the other direction. That's all I'm saying for Crow. Next, Cardano. Now, a lot of the times, a lot of people are watching YouTube videos, seeing what these guys are up. I don't really care, man. I'll be honest with you, I don't really care. I'm not the guy to sit there. Well, I mean, I've done that. I'm not going to lie. I've done that in the past. Sit there watching 600 videos and all the 600,000 billion gazillion coins. All right. But all I'm going to look at is just the technicals. What does Cardano say? Well, what's Cardano been doing? Oh, it's created low, 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 high, low, 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 high, low, 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 high. And in there, I'm sure if you look at the weekly or the daily, low, 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 high, low, low, broke structure, retraced, broke structure again, did a deep, let's see, did a deep, it was an interesting one here because we actually had a bearish flip and then we had this bullish flip. Okay, but regardless, as you can see, Cardano has started its journey to the all-time high. At the moment, it's at 1.7. You might think it's too late. Well, it's not too late. Now, GRT is another one I've got some money in. Now, GRT, it's been dormant. It's dormant. This is what I like to see. When I'm in altcoins, this is what I like to see. I love to see this phase. And this is when you need to be saving. This is when you need to be putting away your $400 a month, $500 a month, 1K a month, 10K a month. Just waiting and waiting. All right. So that when you get the opportunity, you can act on it. And right now, in my opinion, this is a massive, massive opportunity to make life-changing money. And it's also a great opportunity, assuming those four conditions are correct. One of them could not be correct. All right. But assuming those four conditions are correct, that's the parameter we're judging this by. This is what we need to be doing right now. So let's take a look again at the weekly GRT. So low, high, low, high, low, high. Oops, come on. Retest it. Kind of tries to break structure, but not convincingly. But we would say it's broken structure now for a retrace, and it's looking to head up. All right. So again, as I say, good time to get in. Price now is 0.32, all-time high, which is our target, is about 2.68. So that is not bad. Not bad. You're going to make stupid money. Stupid money. Just throw 10 grand in there. Throw 20 grand in there. Watch. You're going to make stupid money. Stupid money. Assuming those four conditions are correct. EOS. Oh, look at that. That's what I like to see. It's what we love to see. We love this dormant phase. All right? We love to see it. Okay, so again, EOS, similar thing. You know, if those conditions are correct, we're heading back up to about 16. And right now we are on 1.3. That's at least a 15, 16x. All right, but you get the idea. All right, so these altcoins, you can treat them as classic technical coins. But of course, this is highly reliant on what Bitcoin is doing. If Bitcoin ranges for a bit, as it is, and decides to drop back to 30K, we'll wave this goodbye. Because why? One or two of those four conditions will not have been met. All right. So that's how I'm looking at these markets. Solana. I think Solana has done something interesting because, yeah, Solana was not waiting for anyone. Solana said, you know what? You lot are going to catch up later. I'm going to start now and I'll see you on the other side. That's what Solana said. Solana is a leader. Look what Solana did. Solana's got low, high, low, high. All right. And then if we expand this, we can see that we have, probably can't see on this time frame, but on a lower time frame, low, high, second entry, break structure, retraces, bang. Retraces again, bang. All right. Look at that. This is crazy. Retraces, bang. So Solana has basically done what we are predicting majority of these altcoins to do. Now, if you got into Solana down here, stop loss over here, drove it all the way up there, you're looking at 17x on spot. Okay, so not bad. Not bad. Now, Solana has moved quick, which tells me, man, Solana is ready to run. And we're going to have to look to see what happens at this all-time high to see what Solana has in plan. Is it going to SFP? Is it going to change reaction? Is it going to break, retrace, and carry on? Who knows? All right. So that's what we're looking to see. That's how we're looking to play this. So look at this beautiful bucket. Nice little bucket. Nice bucket. All right. Look at that nice bucket. Maybe that's the same bucket we're going to see here. Maybe that's the same bucket we're going to see here. All right. But that's it. That's how I'm playing these alts. Now, I will do more and more alt videos in the future, especially when they start moving. And what I might do is I might actually trade some alts because, people make ridiculous amounts trading alts using technical analysis. Um, Obviously, I've primarily worked with Bitcoin and I've primarily done videos on Bitcoin. But that's not to say that what you are learning on these Bitcoin streams do not work for other assets. It's the same idea. Wherever you have buyers and sellers in the market, they're going to behave in a similar way. All right. Okay, so I'm going to leave it there. I hope you found this useful. If you have, drop me a boost, drop me a comment, and I will see you guys next time.